Hi, we're Colin and Justin. We're international interior designers, property renovators, style commentators, and I think all-round general enthusiasts. And we are on a voyage of discovery.
That's a great intro, Colin. I'm very, very
Isn't
impressed.
it?
You know what? This is the first of 5 videos, and watch carefully. These videos are going to give you the chance to make much better of your home using a product that we absolutely love. It's lumber, it's wood, it's timber, it's Western Red Cedar. It's glorious.
And specifically, we're going to look at cedar siding today. In our experience as renovators, there's no better way, no more cost-effective way to transform a building than to change the siding.
So to find out much, much more, we're speaking to Mr. Jake Power. Sir, how are you?
Good to see you, Phil.
Good morning, a bearded woodsman. Yay.
First up, the smell here is absolutely incredible. It's aromatically perfect. It's a gorgeous product to work with. Tell us a bit more about what you're dealing with here.
So this is rough green Western Red Cedar that just came in from the sawmill. So we're going to be sorting, chopping, drying, and eventually running it to a profile to be used on a home.
Right, wow. And so there's lots of options available. You know, if we want to do different things with cedar siding, you can make it happen.
Well, I'd be honored to take you guys through some of the different options we have in siding patterns and profiles. Maybe we want to take a run down there and have a look at some of the different options.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's do it.
Great. So here we are at the kiln. This lumber is on our kiln carts, ready to be pushed in. This is the material that we pulled out of the green chain that we're happy with our customers going to like. It's the right product for the customer. So we're going to drive it in. It's going to be inside the chamber, which is just like a big oven. It's heat, it reduces the humidity, things like that. And it'll stay in there for 8 to 10 days. At the end, the moisture content will be somewhere in the range of 8 to 12%. And then after that, then we'll run it to our finished pattern.
So all of this is going to disappear into that building.
That's right. We have big train tracks on the bottom. These are big rail carts, and we got a forklift down at the end that pushes it right in. And then when it's dry, we pull the whole thing out. So it goes all in and out as one unit.
Wow.
And how long will it take to be completely dry?
This one will be about 8 to 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys want to see what it's like inside? See
what our burn here?
See what our siding's going through? Let's see. They get in there. People pay a lot of money for that kind of treatment.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Wow, it's like condensed Sweden. I mean, if you think the cedar odor is really evocative and escapist, it's like to the power of 3,000 in there.
So siding obviously comes in many shapes and forms, and the profile will make or break your project according to what you're aiming for. So I know that you've assembled, Jake, several examples of siding. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here?
Yeah, so we do a number of different patterns, but I think today we're going to zero in on 3 of the more common kind of general families of patterns.
Sure.
And first we'll go on, we've got a classic tongue and groove type look. And when this is fit together, it gives you a nice, we call this a fine line exposure.
Yeah.
So it gives a bit of a shadow line on the wall. Okay. And the purpose of a fine line is it gives this space here, so it shows a bit of depth to the pattern. You get to see a little bit of what the shadow lines show up.
Sure, yeah.
But additionally, because wood's an organic substance, it's always moving, right?
Right.
When moisture comes in, it swells, and when it dries, it shrinks a bit. So if you have it right butted up, that can separate, or it can lap up. This gives it room to separate and expand and contract without anyone noticing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
okay.
Okay, well, you know, that's really refined, isn't it? You know, and really defined as well. So would you use that in somewhere modern?
I think so. That's a real West Coast contemporary look, and it's really popular on the West Coast right now.
Okay. So this filler down here, what have we got?
So this is a bevel siding pattern, and what you do is you have, they just lap like that, right? So they sit on the wall like that. So one piece, you just nail this one on, then you lap on that, and then the next piece just nails on top of that.
Sure.
And you get this nice drip profile here, so the water runs off it that way.
Which is brilliant.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now a lot of the TV home renovation shows are absolutely preoccupied with shiplap, and I know that you've got an example of shiplap, but tell us a bit about how it works.
So shiplap's great because it's a versatile product. You can use it vertically, horizontally. Well, it's really easy to install because, you know, if you put your first board up, you've got this chamfer on the back of the other, and you have this narrow piece here.
Sure.
And you can just stack them. So as long as you get your first piece, you just keep stacking.
So it's really easy to install.
Super easy to install.
And it's giving you that wonderful textural quality that's just going to transform a space.
That's
and
right.
You can change the way the property feels by widening the board or making the board really tight and narrow.
Yeah. And obviously you can use this indoors and outdoors.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've seen a few examples, but pretty much can you guys create anything to suit the client, any type of finish, any type of shape, any form?
We can, Justin, and funny you should ask. We recently had a fellow come in he pulled a piece of wood off his barn.
Wow.
He said this barn was built in 1930 or 1940 or something like that.
Colin's barn.
That's right, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was actually Colin. And he said, you know, I know you can't do it, but can you get us something similar? And so we said, well, yeah, sure. I mean, we can do exactly that. So we took their pattern and we cut a nice clean end, and we got our rulers out and pencils, and we started drawing it, and then we reproduced it in the computer. And I'll show you guys actually the process. We took it through all the steps, and at the end, we're going to produce a finished product just like that.
Wow.
What I'm loving here is the fact that we're looking at a piece of Western Red Cedar that's the best part of 90, 80 years old.
Yeah.
Yet it's still in really good condition,
Yeah.
and I think that speaks really well to the whole sustainability thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then imagine you've got an older building and you want to add another property and you want it to echo the heritage and the history of what's there already. You can do that. You can actually make that happen.
Right. So you could do an addition to this building and have a new piece butt up against the old piece and just continue on.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I think to marry past and present is a really good kind of thing to do with a project. This is great. I'm really impressed.